Cranberry, my friend, good day. Is the music too loud? Let me know if music is too loud, just so I can reduce it down. Okay, so it's not too quiet and it's not too loud, right? Awesome, great. What's up, man? How is it going? How is life? So strange that these guys don't have a application option. It's Teams projects. Why Flutter, by the way? It's not that I have anything against it, but why Flutter? Oh, I see, got it. Let's no, I mean, be cool with anything, man. Just embrace knowledge. You never know what's gonna be useful in your... Yeah, let me just take a look at this very quickly. So basically, it's basically on pair. It seems it's on pair with React Native, right? Let me just take a look at that very quickly. Flutter renders all components on its own canvas. React Native transforms JavaScript components into native ones. Because of that, component updates, for example, don't have any impact on Flutter apps, but do on React Native apps. Depending on where you're standing, this can be a good or bad thing. For example, if you want your components to stay exactly the way you want them to, Flutter approach itself. But if you want the app to catch up with the latest native component designs, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Ass. Well, your nickname has an ass in it, so... Okay, interesting. I don't know, I just felt for a moment to figure out why. Because I've heard a few of you talking about Flutter, and I was like, okay, why Flutter? Because, yeah, I don't know, it feels a bit weird, to be honest with you. React Native, right, kinda... all of these hybrid technologies, they kind of make sense, like Electron.js for the desktop apps. You know, I used it for 3 years when I was at Airtame. So the main benefit of these things, generally relative to the real native languages like Objective-C and Swift and stuff, is ease of development, right? You can kind of share a bit of code here. But Flutter, I don't actually see the benefit here. I mean, what exactly is the benefit? I mean, why would I use Flutter if I'm not going to use some hybrid like React Native? Why not just use Swift or something like that, right? So that is a bit weird. It's what is the selling point of this thing? That's what I don't see. Because like, yeah, Swift UI, right? So, right? It's like so weird. I see. Yeah, but that's a little bit of a shitty. No, it's not. To some degree, it's understandable. Yeah. It's just right, like React Native, you can kind of sell to some degree, right? But then anything other than that, where you can't really, in an isomorphic way, do certain things, then it becomes a question of why, right? You could say, okay, it's built by Google. Okay, well, I guess you could say that's a good thing, right? But then if you really need native experience, like, then, you know, can you port, with this Flutter thing, can you port things to multiple platforms at once with the same binary? Can you do it the same that you would do? Okay, so that's also useful. Okay, so it has the same selling point as React Native, with the difference that it's not React, basically. Okay, I get that, sure. Yes, my only fear for this is like that it doesn't end up with like Dart. I don't know if you remember Dart.js. I'm just worried about, I mean, I'm not sure if Dart is dead, but I don't think that this thing is doing too well. But I remember when Dart was released, I kind of spent a bit of time building certain things with it. But then investing yourself into these things is... Yeah. Oh, I see. Oh, shit, man. Dart is nice. I mean, I didn't dislike Dart. It was pretty okay. It's just why, right? That's the problem. Why, you know? Yeah, it feels a bit weird. I don't know. Hard to answer these questions. It's basically, yeah. They just repurposed it. Okay, because when I used Dart, I think it was around maybe 9 years ago or 8, I'm gonna lie. Maybe 8 to 9 years ago. It was kind of, well, yeah, this thing is gonna replace JavaScript, blah, 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 but it never really materialized, and then it just vanished, right? It just disappeared as it never existed. So, okay, so Dart now is the Flutter shit. Okay. Yeah, super weird. Okay, I don't know. All right, guys. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's get going. Let's start coding something. Yeah, okay. Give me 1 second. Let's start kind of hacking away a bit. Okay, cool. All right, so so let's figure out what we're gonna do today. There's a bunch of stuff here in this list. Yeah, there it is. It is indeed. It's the most popular cup today on Twitch. Not showing blah blah. Take global dialogue view research. Okay, so let's start with something simple. Been sitting on a balcony eating pizza with my wife and kid. I'm a bit slammed from the sun. Okay. Jesus Christ, wait. Dashboard list layout. Let's see where we are here. So here we have this fella over here. On item, click, okay. So let's start very simple. There are a few UX things that I wanted to kind of fix. And one of them was this one. So this thing now is basically navigating to the wrong places. So in the dashboard, whenever you click on something, it kind of takes you to that resource. And I don't think that's what one would want, right? I think what one would want pretty much is like to remain in the dashboard itself, right? So let's start the stream in a very simple way, and then we move from there. So items, courses, course item, yeah, this fella, right? So here, instead of taking you there, we want to take you to here pretty much, right? Something like this. So if I click now, it should take me to the course. Yeah, that feels a lot more natural, right? And then, yeah, this, yeah, I don't actually know if it's necessary in such a form. We'll actually have to see about that. And then let's do it very quickly for other things as well. So let's go over here. Let's do it for articles. So if I go here and I click on an article, it's taking me to that article, but that's not what I really want. I want to manage that article, right? Dashboard articles. Dashboard articles, dashboard articles. Where is the item component? Here, right? So this is what I would want. Now we would have to navigate with that state, right? So instead of this, I would really want, yeah, something like this. But is that gonna work out of the box? I don't actually know. Yeah, that's it. I think that's more natural UX wise, right? Up Vegas, yeah, exactly. Okay, super. Okay, maybe 2 more of those, and then we're good. So what we have, the articles, the bookmarks are irrelevant, courses we just did, right? Then we have the meetups. Okay, so let's move this fellow over here. Let's actually hide some of these, just so we don't get distracted by some of these icons here. Let's hide the to-dos. Okay, and then we have the meetups, right? Meetups over here. And then we have this bad boy, right? Yeah, something like this, right? Okay, superb. That's great. And then we can see that there's kind of a little bit of a glitchy loading state. So we're going to fix these tiny things, just rounding up on some of these details, right? So we did this. So import courses, let's just double check it. So it now takes us to the actual stays within the dashboard instead of taking you to the actual resource. And then you see this kind of glitch when we load. So let's fix that loading state. Dashboard meetups. Then we have this handle delete, blah, 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 get a meetup. Yeah, so we can see that. Let's see what's going on with the loading state. Let's print this bad boy here. Yeah, so that's a little bit tragic there, right? Wait. So this should technically be true by default, right? Oh, okay, so I think I'm actually checking the wrong place. Yeah. All good, all good. Where was this? Here. So if I go to dashboard and then /meetup, meetups, manage meetup. I think it's Is it this one? I guess. Yeah, it is this one. Okay. So weird, man. Set is loading true. Finally, set loading false. Yes. I mean, look, to be very honest, if there was such a huge demand for people wanting to sign up, I would 100% agree with you, right? But there isn't, right? So the biggest problem is that that would make it even harder for anyone to sign up, right? I mean, we do have almost 1,300 people signed up, but they're not really active, right? So basically, I just want to test this. Basically, yeah, that would not be super great. This is so weird, man. What? Okay, so we actually have it here. But no, I catch you. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Maybe one day, who knows? Is loading. Yeah, so let's. I mean, this is again such a tiny things, details, right? But I care about these details. So if it's loading, return. Yeah, that feels so weird, man. Spinner. And then there's a magnifying loop somewhere. And I suppose that is because, give me a second, icon, calendar. So this is the calendar. So this no result prop seems to be, oh, okay. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a kind of, yeah. So if there's no, it's loading and there's no error in items.length. Yeah, so that's kind of just me, right? Yeah, I mean, this is gonna temporary probably, right? Yeah, so this is the issue, right? If it's no error in and that's a weird question, but we'll probably need to just review this a bit, right? Yeah, that's so yes, exactly, right? So in theory, we should be using search results really, and not the items anyway, right? So this items dot whatever should really be this, right? If I okay. So let's spend a few minutes on this. So there's a lot of shitty state in here. And I did this, let's see why, because we have the delete modal, we have the dashboard header, and then we're saying if there's items show the search input, right? If it's not loading, yeah, so this probably is slightly annoying to reason about. If it's not loading an error, no results. Yeah, so what I'm actually going to do is I'll just get rid of all of this stuff. It's going to get broken for a little while. So here we're going to say floating if error. Okay. Then we're gonna do this. So it's not loading, there's no error, there's no items, right? Then we can get rid of this. Then we can get rid of this as well. I'll just comment this stuff out and move it up there. So we're just gonna clean this up a bit. So I'll just smack this temporarily. So we have the header that's always visible. We're saying, hey, if the items are greater than that. And it really should be using search results, right? I think. Okay. And now we're kind of, I think, over it, so we're no longer seeing that little glitch there. Let's see, so let's go, okay, so if there's an error, show the error. If it's loading, show the spinner. If items, if there's no length, I guess we'll just do this. You haven't created. So yeah, so that's obviously wrong. All right, so that works. And let's say true here. Something exploded, refreshing this page. Ah, okay, because error is actually undefined. Okay, sure. All right, so that's better. And then this automatically gets fixed as well, right? So all of these states should now be red. Yeah, okay, cool. That's awesome. Now, another thing that I would like to do is, you can see here for the fuse, I'm using this fuse.js. And I have a custom hook that I wrote, basically just abstracting it just as an abstraction. So yeah, so I want to do this now. For any view that contains search that uses fuse, ensure that it searches through all available properties, title, description, summary, and tags, right? So what we could do in theory is make this kind of custom hook a little bit smarter, right? So instead of needing to, yeah, now it's kind of generic, you can pass any keys you want. But what we could do is just always make it like search through all the common properties that most resources that we have actually contain. So tags, title, summary, description, etc. Right? So fuse option keys. So use search results. We have the options, right? Yeah. Fuse options. And this fuse options has the keys, right? Yeah, here it is. List of the keys that will be searched, the support nested paths, weighted search, searching in arrays of strings and objects. That's amazing, right? Okay, so let's go to ChatGPT and ask our Jean-Code Van Debug with Fuse.js. I'd like to pass nested keys. An object might have a property called tags, and inside tags there could be an array of objects with schema and a name, description. Yeah, exactly. Nice. Okay, that's very easy. Cool. So basically, they're just, I see what they're doing. Okay. So what we could do here for the fuse options, what we could say fuse options, and then here keys, and then I'm gonna spread the fuse option keys, and I'm gonna always add that's weird. Okay. Description, name, title. All right, so something like that, I think. So yeah, we can see if I search for AI or Angular, looks like we, yeah, it looks, no, what? Did this explode or something? It looks like we've hit the null pointer exception, yeah. Someone said Angular, right? Meetup list. Okay, that's weird. Search results length. I see. Meetup list. That's so weird. meetup header. Handle search. Handle search. That's a bit weird though. Oh, I see what's happening. I see meetup length. So yeah, so basically this this conditional here is the problem, it seems, no? I see. Okay. Just do it like this. The fuck is going on, man? Ah. Still need to get rid of this, right? So basically it's not looking for a tag, it's not searching for tags now. I would expect it to find the tag by I mean, I cannot give you any advice. You have to figure out, is that something you like or not, right? This job is very specific, and like, you know, some jobs out there in life you can get away by doing them and not be completely miserable, right? So no, I cannot give you an advice. If you don't like something and you're not forced to do it, then you probably shouldn't do it. So in simple words, if you feel like you don't like programming, then you should probably not do it. Like with everything else. This is not to discourage you, this is in fact to help you. Because this job is, yeah, it's a very specific job, and you have to stare at the screen whole day, every day, for many years, and especially when you're inexperienced, when you have to learn a lot. And yeah, you have to figure out if that's something you would like to do, right? He tried already, that's what he wrote. He already wrote that he tried and that he didn't like it. The thing is, I mean, look, I can give you a very generic or very politically correct answer, right? But you're an adult, right? I'm sure that you can align with certain things that you like to do in life. Some people like sports, right? You know, most of my family, my brother, he cannot sit on by a computer for 2 minutes, right? He just dislikes it. So you're very young. So in that sense, you're gonna change a lot in the next couple of years. You're still in puberty, right? You're still discovering yourself and stuff. So no matter what I say is meaningless. You might like something today and then dislike it tomorrow. That you're in such mental state right now. So I would just say, go out, make friends, enjoy life, find a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you're into. And that's what you should be doing now, at that age. And then if you like something, try to do it and see if it's for you. And if it's not, do something else. I tried a million things in my life, and I don't regret that a tiny bit. Dimitrovich, my friend. Hey, by the way, is YouTube, I mean, maybe nobody on YouTube just wrote anything, but I'll just have to take a look at that. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone saying anything on YouTube, right? No. Okay. I'm not self-employed, man. I'm working for 16 years, 17 years now. I think, don't you? Is there no LinkedIn in on my YouTube? Didn't I like? Ah, shit, man. Yeah, there is LinkedIn. You can just click on my LinkedIn and see who I am and what I do. It's very easy. The link is in fact there. Just FYI, it is there. Okay, cool. Okay, so let's just take a look at this custom hook, right? Which is a little bit weird, but let's take a look at it. Just now do a little bit of a handle search, blah blah blah. Where is this handle search coming from? Yeah, here. So we have the meetup list, right? Yeah. And handle search comes from here, which it does come from our hook, right? So we have the fuse options. Let me just close some of these few things. Blam, bam, 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 bam. So let's see if have I done this properly. So fuse keys. If there's keys, take whatever is passed and then merge the default ones. And then here, when creating a fuse object, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think so that at all. I think there's many psychological traits out there that define every human being, right? Some people are driven by exactly that same pain. They're tempted to do something because it's challenging. Some people are maybe a little bit more inherently lazy and they try to seek for ways with minimal effort, right? So we cannot generalize it, right? Your statement is both completely right and completely wrong depending who you ask, right? So it's impossible to generalize. I love this industry and I've been working this for almost 2 decades because I'm intrigued by. I'm not even consciously intrigued. I'm subconsciously intrigued. How do I know it's subconscious? Because I keep coming for 20 years, 17 years professionally, and God knows how, like most of my life to this, because it's just my body finds it intriguing. It's not, I don't wake up and like, oh, I want to write code. I don't care, right? So it depends who you are, right? Depends what it is that you like, depends, right? Depends on your discipline, on your continuity, on your maturity, right? On your expectations, on your perception, on so many other things, right? So it's not a single very big problem, right? So there's many aspects of these things that define a person, right? That is up to you. I mean, that depends on how you define your components, right? How you work with them, right? A component can have subcomponents. So you could technically create inside of your component, you could have another folder called components, right? So it depends how you encapsulate your components, and it depends how you think as a software engineer in general, right? For me, encapsulation is everything. Doesn't matter if it's components, APIs, any subsystems, right? Everything is right. I hate flat structures. I hate flat hierarchies because they're useless. So you could break it down indeed. I mean, this is usually driven by reason, not by theory, right? So sometimes you're going to look at your component or your API or your system of any kind, and logically you're going to say, is this easy to reason about and read? No, okay. Well, let me break it into smaller chunks. And usually the best way to answer that question is just create a core component library of yours, just as I have Yale, right? So we have core components, and then the other components are part of the views, right? So if you have a view like this, right? Like this is a meetups view on Programming Network. This is a card component for me. So those things are generic. This is a generic hook for search, but this is a very custom component for this specific view, right? So this component lives in a view called meetups because this is very specific to that, right? So in simple words, when we talk about composition of any kind, component composition, function composition, right? You're going to have your core components, right? You're going to have your buttons and inputs and whatnot, right? All of these are Lego. Let's call these Legos, right? So all of these are Legos. And we use these guys to compose these other views, right? Let's call this specific views, right? So whatever is not this, meaning core component, then probably it means it's a specific one. So this is a meetups view, right? So this is a meetup header, right? And if that header is custom enough, which in my case it is, you don't want to, overgeneralizing things. It's also juniors are very prone to overgeneralization because they feel clever, right? Oh, I can just, but don't overgeneralize, right? I would always say instead of generalizing anything, it's always better copy paste 5 things first, see if you're going to see patterns over time. So let me give you an example, right? Imagine that you have a meetup header, but then in some other feature you have courses header. And then in some other feature you have, I don't know, users header, whatever, right? Duplicate this, duplicate it n number of times, just keep building stuff. And then at one point in time ask yourself, hey, is this the same component? Is this and this and this the same? Oh, it is. Okay, well, let's generalize it. Let's call this header. And then now I'm gonna replace these 3 guys with a header and pass props. But then what if you say, no, they are not the same. They are slightly different, right? Then it's not worth generalizing it, right? Because now you're gonna start making these 3 or n number of things try to fit together when they're fundamentally not the same. So you should not generalize things which are not general, right? And this is a lot of people fall into this trap. They try to be too clever, right? Core components are the ones that you use to compose for component composition. So if I go to our own library that we built here for Programming Network, those would be these. You can see here how I named them core. A button is a core component. You're gonna use button with everything. A badge is a core component, right? An icon is a core component. Spinner, tooltip, blah. Then you have other components like, I don't know, this is call to action, right? Those are to some degree core as well. But then you have specific things. You have views, which are not something that you're gonna reuse somewhere. Number 1, and also it's not something that you're going to use to compose other things with, right? Yeah. If you have general header, well, I mean, that's what components are. That's what the HTML elements are. So just based on your question, I can just assume that you are a beginner when it comes to at least front-end development, right? So that's the whole point of UI libraries, or that's the whole point of HTML. If we ignore React or Angular or modern framework like HTML for 30 years is just components. If I say anchor tag, this is a component, native HTML component. It takes some link, and then it takes some children, some slot, right? So we don't have to talk about React. This is basics. This is how HTML worked since dawn of time, right? I can have a span. Span is a component, takes some text, right? Span can also take a class name. It can take an attribute, a prop, right? Or it can take a style, right? So there's no need to overthink these things. React or Angular or jQuery or Stencil or Vue or whatever. It's just at the end, it's just HTML, right? So there's no difference how you should be thinking about one or the other, right? Or XML as well, exactly, yeah. So there's no really difference. Let's not make inherently simple things complex, right? This is still what we write 30 years later. If you don't believe me, go to your React site and see what it generates. It just generates bunch of HTML, right? So so don't overthink it, right? It's fairly simple concept. Every single one of these modern libraries, they do the same as we always did. They use document object model API, the DOM, and then we dynamically create certain things, we dynamically remove them, we dynamically update them, etc., etc. But it works as it always has worked, right? At the end of the day, every single of these modern libraries has to use the DOM to interact with the actual tree, with the document tree, right? So no matter which one it is, it's always at the end of the day gonna say, hey, document dot, I don't know, query selector, some element, right? And then it's gonna render some HTML in it. So that's what the virtual DOM and all of these things do. They just keep the representation of this physical DOM, as we like to call it, hard DOM. But at the end of the day, every single thing is always going to end up with spans and paragraphs and divs and sections and asides and stuff like that, right? So that's how it is. Okay. Hope that helps. All right, so let's just double check this, because my suspicion here, let's actually see what's happening, because how come we're not finding, we have tags, oh, because value and label, okay. Some of your text is messed up on Firefox. Yeah, I need to, let me just open this on a different screen, because I don't know who you are, and I want to make sure that I'm not going to open something that's not appropriate for give me 2 seconds. One moment. Yeah, I don't think that's messed up. I think that's just the font and stuff. But I see what you are. I see. Yeah, but I think you're looking at the. I think you're referring to the storybook, right? We'll take a look at it together. Thank you, man. Thanks. I'm not actually generating any PDFs yet, but. React PDF, I think it's called React PDF. Yeah, it's this thing. Thank you for the stream. Well, thank you for being here as well. Likewise, thank you for joining. So this thing, basically, right? There you go. This is, I mean, working with email clients, working with PDFs, working with all of these. Let's put it under quotes. Runtimes, right? It's very difficult, right? I spent in several companies, you know, either assigning some of my team members on it or doing it myself. Dealing with email clients is a very annoying task, and so is generating PDFs, because again, you're generating a different type of format where you are basically, a lot of these tools, they kind of tell you, hey, you're using Flex or whatever, but fundamentally that's not Flex, it's just then compiled into something else, right? Because PDF format has nothing to do with HTML, right? So it's basically binaries, yeah. But that's what it is. I mean, I don't actually know why PDFs still exist, to be honest. If I'm asked, that format should be that format should no longer exist, because it serves no purpose. There are various other documents which are way better, even freaking docx, right? So I don't know why we still need PDFs. It's a bit weird, but that's what it is. That's how it is. Okay, let's try this. If I'm... All right, now it works. So basically, this is just a tiny optimization, right? So I have this custom hook and under the Fuse.js, right? So I basically just want to make sure that anywhere on the website where I have the search, it always includes the title, the description and the tags, right? So that's good. I like this. If I say AI, if I try to search by tag, right, we get that, right? What did you think about React when you started using it? Mainly you see, you know, like in maybe 2000, when I was, well, while I was younger, let's just put it that way, I was writing COBOL and Pascal and PHP 3 and Visual Basic 6 and Qt and C++, right? And then I started working in 2008. I started working as a Cisco engineer. I was programming Cisco equipment, switches, routers, and stuff. I was 19 years old back then. And by that point, right, I was generalist enough, general developer enough to not care much, right? I started using React around pretty much when it came out. I was using AngularJS 1, and then before that, jQuery and plain JavaScript and Knockout and Ember.js. So by the time we transitioned to reactjs, I didn't actually care. It was a little bit weird because, you know, when reactjs came out, we were still sticking to separation of concerns. Community was still very sweaty, very nerdy, right? Separation of concerns used to be a holy grail of programming, right? If somebody told us 20 years ago, hey, we're gonna be writing HTML and CSS and JavaScript in a single file, somebody would tell you that you're crazy, right? So when React.js came out, a lot of us were writing AngularJS, and AngularJS had controllers and directives and templates, and your JavaScript was separated from your template, right? Then there was like there were like handlebars and these templating engines. So when React came out, it was a little bit weird, I must admit. It took me a while. I first hated it. I still hated it, right? I hated it very much because, yeah, I couldn't get used to writing the JSX and stuff. Like, why am I writing these for loops in the middle of my HTML? But then after a few months, I started loving it, and that's why to this day I'm still writing React, and I'm absolutely convinced that React is, in fact, the easiest UI library ever made. Because as a library in isolation, it's as plain as stupid as anything can be, right? People conflict that with adding all of these extra abstractions that they add for no reason, like this shitty Next.js and all of that crap that they add on top of it. But you can see we're building programmer network with React. I mean, programmer network is running on React, right? And it cannot really be simpler. There's really minimal abstractions. It's just a UI library. We're using a router just for single page application experience, and that's really it, right? So today, well, everything is basically as hard as you make it, of course, but there's nothing hard about, there's nothing hard about any of these libraries, right? But so React is amazing, and I don't have to say it, the numbers prove it. It's still by far the most popular and most requested tool in a job market. You can take a look at I started recently React course on YouTube. I was showing some numbers from Stack Overflow polls and some of the very respected polls. And yeah, React.js by far is, when it comes to the front end, by far still the most popular thing. And that's the only main reason why I should really learn it if you want to get a job. Well, what do you want to learn if you want to get a job? Well, something that's actually job market needs, right? Setting aside your personal desires and this, what I like this, I like that. Who cares, right? What we like. If you, this is not a joke. It's not a video game. It's life. And if you wanna find work, you have to find work in places where work exists, right? A lot of people talk about Svelte and a lot of these things. Svelte on a market share holds like 3% of the front-end market share, right? So I have nothing against it. It's a super clever, super amazing stuff. But there's no jobs, right? And if there's no jobs, then, who cares, right? That is the problem. Hi there, Hex. Thanks for coming, man. Let me just push this stuff. What did I do here? Okay, so I just updated some types, onboarding. Okay, so onboarding, I've moved the onboarding to the actual Yale. So next thing we're gonna do will be that. What did I do here? Okay, so we kind of cleaned up some of that crap. You can program for anything you want. In this stream, I'm mainly talking about programming in the context of business, value, etc. What you do in your home, for hello world apps, that's cute and cool, but I don't think it has any relevance for anybody. You can program, you can write a website in C as well, and assembly and binary as well, but that has no significance to discuss, right? Because it's meaningless. It's wasting time talking about something, right? So yeah. Okay, so actually, yeah, I don't think we need this. What is it? That dashboard need what? Oh fuck, are you kidding me, man? Oh no, never mind. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Was it because of this? No, I don't think it was because of that, no. I mean, these are such a tiny things, not even relevant, but yeah. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Yeah, we still need to... What is this? What is this? What is this? Yeah, I'm not gonna push this one yet. This one I will. This, for sure, this is useful optimization under quotes. Yeah, that's also interesting. Okay, and we'll leave this one here, right? Yeah. Just gonna push this to production. Just no point in waiting. Cool. All right, that's great. So we're just gonna keep on slamming these things until we hopefully one day mist of space. Hi there, YouTube. Okay, so can we say that take global view resource, but yeah. So it's a bit weird now. So I think I like this UX change. So when you're inside of the dashboard, clicking on things actually goes inside of the dashboard. Before I would send you to actual to the resource, public facing resource, right? So that kind of sucked. Now the main question is here, right? Do we really still need this edit thing, right? Because it kind of makes no sense anymore, because now you're basically clicking on it to edit. Right? Don't have any bookmarks. Yeah, we'll need to yeah. So if I get over here, meetup. Yeah, so that's another thing I guess that we didn't fix, right? Meetups. Yeah, okay, so let's do that very quickly. Dashboards, meetups. Maybe this one. And then. Yeah, I think it's this one, right? So that's not what we really want, right? What we really want is to take a user inside of a dashboard. So basically, to a thing like this, right? So bam. And then let's just tell it, hey, how about you navigate to that place? Yeah, exactly, right? So we do this. And then now it should be, I hope, opening it now. So I didn't nail it yet. Dashboard, manage, meetup, params. So wait, what are we missing? Dashboard, manage, meetup, param, slug. Item slug, no. Maybe it's like item and params. Nope. Okay, what the hell? Meetups. Oh, wait a minute. Manage meetup.
Sued. Hey man, how you doing? Handle edit. Yeah, so this is basically what we need. Shit. Okay. That's why it's kind of farting out on us a bit, right? So we're missing. We're not giving it the state via HTML5 history API. That's why, right? Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit painful now. Will it not? Let's see. Yeah. So basically, you can see my view there is expecting basically the state. We cannot connect, man. I just you just sent a message 2 seconds ago. It doesn't work like that, dude. All right, cool. I mean, we should be able to pass its stuff down here, right? I see no reason why not, right? Yeah, I mean, we should be able to do that. What are the props that we're passing here? Item, blah, 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 right? So yeah, let's try that. So we're going to say here, props, right? We're going to do that, yeah. Right? And then over here, we can just say, what is the state and stuff that we need? Where is it? Event and meetup, right? Yeah. So we're going to say here, you know, states. And we're going to say events and then meetup, right? And event is deprecated. What? So the event is the item itself, right? So that should be that, right? Give me 2 seconds. Yeah, so that's kind of okay, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit weird, but we don't actually need an item. We just need a meetup, right? So let's just give it a meetup like this, actually. So that's the only thing we're missing, really. And actually, I can just do this, right? And then we go over here. And meetup, right? Yeah. Something like that. I would like to think so, right? And then here, event should be item, right? Okay, cool. Okay, let's try that now. There we go. It works now. So basically now it does the same thing that the edit was doing, right? Refresh that. Okay, cool. All right, so that's working. That is not terrible at all. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna push this very quickly. There's no point in holding on. Cool. Alrighty, awesome. That's great. Now the main question though is UX/Y. So see, I have this view icon, which I like on top of each of the resources, right? Basically, it's saying, hey, you're here in a dashboard, editing your stuff. Well, if you want to go and view stuff, you can click on this. So I think having that thing for each one of the resource types is actually quite useful, and I think we should probably add that as well. Now, because we have this thing in the top, let me just think about it a little bit logically here. So if I go into these things, right, so it would be nice to have these kind of quick links, as Google would call them, just being able to send users to appropriate place. Right, yeah. So organize events. I think that's pretty much also what I wrote, right? Expose meetups, where is this syncing? Yeah, so this one. View resource button should exist for each dashboard entity, event, meetup, article. Yeah. All right, that's cool. Let's do that very quickly. Where did I have this view? So far, I saw it somewhere. Was it in the article? No. Where did we see that? Organize an event. Yeah, this one. View event. Okay. Let's globally search for that. View event, right? Beautiful. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. I like that. Interesting. Interesting. You know, we could generalize this, right? Why can we generalize it, you might ask? Well, because we want this in many places and we can just enable it through the prop, right? So fundamentally, we could take this fella and do it a little bit more intelligent, right? So let's attempt that. So we're gonna kind of remove this, and yeah. So, and we're gonna keep this thing open. So let's say, let's just say here, this will be a proof of concept, right? This will be a POC. Okay, cool. Then we go inside of this fellow over here, and this is where our children was, right? So yeah, so we can do something like this, and we can say if there is a navigate link. So let's call this yeah, whatever. Let's generalize it. Let's be careful, like, not to overthink it. So let's just generalize it now, so it has view event thing, right? So let's call this. So we're gonna have a label here. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna say here, let's just call it URL. There's URL, right? And we're gonna extend this with a URL. It's a very generic name, so I know it kind of sucks, but it doesn't really matter. Let's not overthink it. So URL, and or let's call it button URL. And let's call it button label. It's going to be also a string, right? So button URL, button label, and then we're going to import this bad boy, button URL, button URL, button label, and let's make sure that this guy has this hook. So const navigate is used now. Okay, cool, right? So that's cool, and we need to make sure these are optional things, right? Cannot find use navigate. Strange. Okay, cool. So now if we go back here, we pretty much want to kind of do this, right? So I'm just going to grab this piece of code. I'm going to smack it up here. And I'm going to say here, hey, button URL is this template literal that we had before. So we're going to say this. And then button label. Chick, I love you, man. Thank you. Thank you for coming, dude. Thank you for helping the foxes. Well, okay. And the button is still there. So, but now we can easily add this in other places as well, right? So I'm gonna get rid of that, and that's great. So now we have this thing. So and we'll rename this. It's not super great names, but who cares for now? Okay, so now we have a bunch of these dashboard headers all across the place. Accounts, settings, manage accounts. So we need to create a new course, organize a meetup. So for example, if we go, let's smack it here for the meetup. So where is this one? So blah, 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 manage account, section, new article, view course, organize a meetup. Maybe here, right? Let's take a look what happens if we literally just come here and smack this stuff. And let's just put a random URL. So if I go here, we're gonna see that. And this now takes, no, that's not it. We're gonna create a new meetup by filling out the form. Meetups, I guess, organize a meetup. Ah, so it's this one here. That's kind of wrong place to smack this guy, right? Okay, so maybe if we go to dashboard meetup instead. Oh my god, Jace is here. Hi, Jace. You're alive? You are alive. How is life, Jace? Welcome back, Hex. Okay, so, yeah. So now we need to smack this guy in places where, so this one I guess already has it, right? Typing to blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so that one works, but what else do we have? We have the articles as well, right? So if I go into an article, edit article form or something, form article, what was it? Maybe, what did I call these things? It's so much stuff. New article, right? Maybe this thing. Is there some dashboard header here? Yeah, there is, right? Okay, cool. Okay, so I get it, right? So if I smack this here, it's going to be only partially true because we don't want this always. We only want to see this if you're editing an article, right? So if you click here, you should basically be able to click and go to that place, right? So that's cool, right? I mean, the platform is live, so of course you should do it. I mean, platform is live, and I mean, please, absolutely do it. Okay, and then I think I must have a state somewhere here, like a data or something. Navigate, editor, ref form is update. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so basically, if we come here, right, we can just use a. So we can say if it's an update. And do this, we either ternary or we can use something like this, or we can just explicitly pass undefined like this, right? So if we create a new one, it shouldn't be there. If we edit an existing one, we should be able to see. Okay, and this should say view article or something like that, right? And yeah, I don't know what the slug should be, but if we go to articles, it's basically should be something like this, right? So over here, we basically want to say, hey, this is gonna do this. So this is gonna be a user slug. I don't know if I have it in this context. User, do I have some user? Yeah, username slash article slash article dot slug, right? Something like that. So if we go back to the dashboard, we go to the articles, we click on one and we click here. Yeah, there we go. That works. That's cool. Okay. Probably, I guess, it would be useful if there were some short link somewhere here, but it doesn't matter. Let's just or let's just call it preview actually, or whatever. Maybe preview. And let's maybe make it a not outlined, right? Full. Thanks everybody for your follows. Appreciate it. Appreciate it very much. Thanks. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, I think. So let's see, what else do we have? We have added course, blah blah blah. Sure. So we're gonna have. So for the meetups, I guess if I click on a single meetup. So yeah, so it would be nice that I can go from here. It would be nice that I can go from here and preview the meetup itself, right? Not the event, but a meetup, right? So let's try that. Nice, an event. Let's just globally find where this thing is. Description. So it's not this thing. Very weird. Dashboard meetup event. Super strange. Okay, that is fine then, but it's not this one then. So where is it? Organize an event. Organize an event. Where's this button? Yeah, it's this one, right? Yeah. Item create label. Ah, I see what's happening here. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Item create label. Ah, I see. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, so this now becomes a little bit, how would I put it? We could extend our dashboard list now with this thing, right? And I think we will. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna actually go over here. This is a generic component, right? So what I'm actually going to do, I'm gonna pretty much do this, what we had there, right? I'm gonna say something like this, right? And yeah, exactly, right? Then here we're gonna say button URL and button label. And then we will go here and we're gonna pass that bad boy. Button label. URL, button URL, right? Cool. Yeah, so now if we find this thing again, we can just paste it this thing, right? And then of course let's just remove this so it doesn't explode, just so we can see it. Yeah, so that's kind of, yeah. So this thing is now here. So now we just have to adjust this. So yeah, these other things that we add work well together. So we have the header over here, right? Shit, man, I don't actually. It's something I downloaded on my computer. Let me find it for you. It's called Deep Programming Modern Vibe 28, I think. Yeah. Enjoy. All right, so okay, so we have this guy. Oh, I see what's happening here. I see what's happening. My pleasure, man. Cheers. So okay, no problem. Absolutely no problem. All good. So I mean, yeah, okay. Never mind. Let's okay. So let's go in here, right? And pretty much what we need to do is we just need to make sure that this is not justified between. So we can just basically get rid of this, and it should be fine, right? Actually, no, it's not gonna be fine because we just basically need to wrap these bad boys, right, into another div. I think that should fix it, and it does. Beautiful. Just gonna make this fella a flex. And we're gonna do that conditionally. So we're gonna say, hey, let's use class names over here. And yeah, we're actually gonna, yeah, right, exactly, right. Because we don't want it to be flex always. We just want to be flex if there is a QTR. Hey, buddy, thank you for coming on. Okay, so that's cool. So that's great, and that's awesome. Yes, cool, cool, cool. So that's good. Now, where were we? Yeah, this is where we. Is this where we were though? No. View article. So no, let's leave that as is. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 moment, please. Cool, cool, cool. Just drink some water. Ah, beautiful. Okay. Dashboard header. Okay, so organize an event. Yeah, so that's where so this is what we're looking at, and yeah, so this is what we need to kind of update to the appropriate link. An item create. No, that's not what we want. Param slug. Yeah, so pretty much this is what we want, right? So this is in fact the URL what we want. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. It actually definitely isn't. View meetup. Yeah. And what is the URL structure of meetups? I don't remember. So it goes meetups slug. Okay. So basically it's this indeed should be a button URL, yeah. So we're gonna make this a template literal and param slug, right? There we go. Okay, cool. So we got the meetup covered. So we go in a single meetup, we got that covered. We go into an event. Yeah, so we need to cover this event. Organize an event for. Yeah, so nice, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, super, super, that's great. Okay, button label, let's just hard code something very quickly. So that's very good, right? And here we're just gonna have it conditionally. Hey, if there's a title, that means it's probably an update, right? So that's awesome. So we're just gonna say here, hey, you know, if this is a an update, then yeah, exactly. So nice, great. And then just here, view event, right? Something like that. And I think this should be a slug, not an ID. I think that's why it's failing a little bit. Let's see. There we go. Okay, super. Yeah. All right, let me just give me 2 seconds. Yeah. What? Strange. How does it look now? Okay, looks a bit weird. Shani, you need to be more specific when you say what are you doing, right? That's like asking what is life, right? You need to be more specific. What I'm doing generally in this stream or what I'm doing now. What I'm doing now is just fixing some or finalizing some things that we haven't finished before in the context of a meetup feature. And if you want to know the general stuff, well, just go and check out Programmer Network, sign up, or you don't have to. And that's what this stream generally is about. Okay, so screw that. So did we cover all of them? So create a course. I get in a course. No, so we didn't cover a course, right? Okay, so let's do that, and I think this tiny task is done. Ah, so nice, so nice. Okay, that's amazing. That's great, beautiful. Yeah, super. I think that worked. That generalization worked out really well, right? That worked really well. Okay, so if we do this, we should see that I in there, and we do, right? That's amazing. So let's just say view. What is this course? And then this should be a URL, right, of some sort. Let's see if Copilot is going to give us a bit of a hand here. I don't actually know what happened there, but whatever happened was... No, that's not correct, but okay. Courses... yeah, I don't think this... No, that's not correct, but let's go. Let's go to courses, and let's go to one courses. And basically then it's just a course slug, right? So it's /courses, yeah. /course slug, right? So if we go to the dashboard again, courses, open a single one, view. Yeah, it's going to take us there. Okay, super. Unpublish, blah, blah, view course, yeah. Okay, that is good. That is great. Yeah. And I think that should mark all of them, right? I think so. So we have a meetup, and we have an event. Yeah, okay. So let's push that. That seems to be working properly. Yeah, thank you everybody for your follows. Appreciate it. Dashboard meetup event. What did we do here? Craft friend. Good day. Thank you for coming. That's very kind of you. How is your Sunday going? Okay, so this one we're gonna skip for now. That's something I don't want to push yet. Yeah, this was a good decision to say, right? For sure, no question about that. That's good. This also played out pretty well with that extra generalization there, so that I like a lot as well. Yeah, so that's cool, man. That went pretty well, I can say. Let's mag this bad boy there. And where's our backlog? So yeah, this is now done as well, right? This we also did. Beautiful. Good, man. I just had pizza on the balcony with my wife and my kid, and we had some guests this morning. Streamed yesterday, and I ordered some tickets. My brother and his kid and wife and his kids and wife they're gonna visit us on Wednesday next week, and they're gonna be here for 11 days. So I booked some ferry tickets. We're gonna take a ferry on 24th from Copenhagen to Oslo. There's this. We're gonna go on a 3-day trip from 24th to 2-day trip, 24th, 26th. We're going to Norway. So took me an hour to book everything for them and for us. It's gonna be like 5 of them and 3 of us, so it's gonna be a full house for more than a week. So yeah, family, work. Looking forward to go to work tomorrow, to see my colleagues, have fun, do some good work. Yeah, pretty much sums it up. Okay, so let's hello, I've got a question. I'm a junior developer who knows React, Tailwind, and frontend. Just got a study case from a company, and they want me to build a spelling game with Next.js. I've never I've never worked with Next.js, so I have no idea where to start. You start with everything on official documentation, right? Next.js is just React that's rendered on a different runtime. That's all. It's not rendered in the browser. It's rendered in the server, and it has its own abstractions and stuff. So, which in most cases you don't care about, right? That's pretty much it. So go to, what is it, Next.js you're mentioning. Go to this crap here and click Get Started button, and that's it. It's as simple as it can be. Click here maybe, I don't actually know, and do it. That's it. And the same answer you would get if you asked any other question in relation. I need some advice. How do you manage to stay motivated? I'm working on a tool that analyzes Kotlin code, but I often take breaks and feel demotivated. How do you stay motivated? Balance, man. I speak a lot this philosophy on my stream, and a lot of younger people here find it useful. So forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but the only way you can really do long marathons in life is by having balance, right? You know, I've been streaming now for a year, and I've been building this platform. Let me show you one thing. Give me 1 second. Let me show you one thing. Give me a second. I'm gonna answer your question with a picture from a book. Give me a moment. I don't remember which page was it on. I read this long ago, but let's find it. Give me 2 seconds. It was somewhere over here. No. Okay, but there's several things I'm going to respond to that. And it's a Stoic Mind book, by the way. It's an aggregated book by Adi Osmani. Stoic philosophy is coming from ancient Greece, right? But let me read something for you. It says like this: don't expect to be motivated every day to get out there and make things happen. You won't be. Don't count on motivation, count on discipline. And if you've been watching my stream for more than 2 minutes, you will notice that I always, in this stream, is all about discipline. It's about self-improvement. It's about continuity and stuff. So don't count on motivation, count on discipline. Because the premise of some people thinking that they're going to be always motivated, or that they have to be motivated every time that they do something, is a fallacy, and you will never accomplish anything. And this is the picture I wanted to show you. Let me actually remove the blur from the camera. Maybe you can just... let me actually... Give me 1 second. I don't know if you can actually see this. You see what it says? Consistency does not require perfection. See what it says? Consistency does not require perfection. In simple words, as you can see on this picture here, as long as the number of these red dots when you're not doing things is lesser than the green dots, you're doing fine, right? So in simple words, building things like building large-scale projects, or doing anything meaningful in life takes a long time. So focus on incremental steps, do a little bit of progress every day, rather than being motivated for 2 days, then demotivated for 2 months. And remember, if somebody told you that you have to be motivated every time you want to do something, then you have to unlearn that fully. Because if everybody was motivated, if all people on this planet would only do things when they're motivated, then we wouldn't exist as a species. We would be extinct so far. All of these scientists spending 4 days without sleep in their labs, all of the soldiers, all right. So build up the discipline and find balance in life. Find friends, find hobbies, play an instrument, a guitar, a saxophone, a piano, a flute, whatever, trombone, play whatever. Make friends, go out, see the world, breathe in the air, get some sun. And then, of course, build the discipline. That's just how it is. And read books. Read books. People don't read enough of books anymore. Expose meetups courses under feeds. Delete a course. Course landing page. Course landing page rehole. Edit meetup landing under dashboard. Let me just see. Upload meetup cover doesn't seem to be active anymore. Okay, delete a meetup. Need a cascade. Meetup view. Meetup event view. Meetup mobile friendly. Is this sold? What do you guys think about this guy has shared some dark web shit on programmer networks? Should I remove this? Is this like from a legal standpoint or stuff? Do you think we are allowed to I mean, GitHub is allowing this repository, right? What do you guys think? I don't know. Some guy, we have a new member, Azambek Satarov. He posted some. I don't know. Have you ever wanted to access dark web, but you have any links to go? Well, now you can access over 90 different web pages. Should we like remove, like we're a new platform, right? And I want to make sure that I'm not like a police officer. I wonder if this sort of stuff is something that, you get what I mean? You would remove. All right, well, that means that we're slowly starting to need, let me just add that, report system. We need to build the report system. It seems that as we get more users, we're gonna have to report. So we need to design a reporting system that will be semi-manual and semi-automatic. This is to protect the community from content that could potentially be inappropriate. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, again, doing great things. Not everybody is meant to do great things, right? And again, most people never. I mean, most developers never really build anything, right? Most of us, most of you, most of us, most people work for their salaries, right? So greatness require various types of adjustments in life, right? You know, I mean, my life is, to be honest, already awesome. I have a wife, kid, hopefully another kid sometimes. I have an amazing job. I work as a tech lead, right? So I don't actually also need to do this shit. I don't actually need to sit by a computer at all, right? But I want to do it because I enjoy it and I want to build something maybe. If not this, it's going to be something else. But that requires, I wouldn't say a sacrifice. It's only a sacrifice if you look at it that way, but it requires a lot of work. And it's quite binary in that sense. Some people will put in the work and some will not put in the work, and that's fine. Not everybody has to put the work, nor will, right? But you just have to make up your mind, right? What type of person do you really want to be? And it's not right or wrong. I don't think that people should be working 100 hours a week, right? So that's super unhealthy. But one has to make up their mind about this, right? Nobody can answer that for you, right? A lot of people think that they want to build things, but they actually don't, right? A lot of people think that they have some idea that they want to implement, but they actually don't, right? So it's a lot of confusion in one's head, right? So one has to figure out for themselves, what the hell is that? Is it that I actually really want? Do I want what I'm saying that I want, right? Oh, what? Hmm. All right, let's now go and do a little bit of fiddling with this. So because I'm getting inspired by meetup.com for this feature, how does their event look like? So is this an event or a meetup? I guess, yeah, details. Okay, so this is an event, right? Cool. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do, let's go to our dashboard, meetups. Yeah, okay. Why didn't you navigate? And then we have to fix this, right? I don't think that this any longer works. Let's try that. So yeah, we need to fix this. I mean, is this actually triggering anything? Okay, so we'll fix this now in a moment, or just a regression most likely. And then we have this. Okay, sure. Thank you everybody for your follows. Organize a meetup. Cool. Okay, so actually let's do it one by one. So let's try first. Is this working? Organize an event. So we need to, yeah, that's missing. Few things are missing here, yeah. Dog, cow, cat, cool. Dog, cow, cat, cool. Okay, so it is that one. Okay, so let's just kind of spend a little bit of time with that. And then, so actually now we can click on this. I keep forgetting. Okay. So let's smack this bad boy here. Should not exceed. Yeah, so that's terrible. Why? Oh, this is a summary. Okay, it's a summary of an event. Fair enough. I remember. Well, at least I can make sense why I made it 125 at least, even though it seems a little bit arbitrary, but that's what it is. Yeah, it's still. All right, that's not cool. That's not cool. Just search for that right now. Yeah. Okay. So let's decrease that, right? Let's say let's have not min length. Yeah. 25, 250. Do we have this in the API as well? Let me take a look at that. We do, yeah. All right, cool. So let's leave that there. Let's actually deploy this already to production, the API stuff. All right, so that we can close that. Cool. Yeah. All right. So going back to this again. So should not exceed 250 characters. Okay, let's see how much approximately that is. So it's still too much. Yeah. All right, so it likes that. Okay, cool. And then we have the description here, which
it can be a little bit bigger, right? Okay, cool. Error messages still need to update. I'm not sure what do you mean. Okay, so we get that. Wait, let's go to meetups now, to this thing, events. That's some sort of description, right? Let's actually try to mimic one of these. Board games evenings in Vele. Let's try to mimic a real event with real data, right? Just so we can kind of see. So board games evening, blah, blah, blah. Details, let's just smack this bad boy in there. So we just do this. Attendees, sure, blah, blah, blah. Time, hosted by. This meetup, this address, URL, amount of people. Oh. Okay, so now, okay, sure. So let's go and style this a little bit, right? Not gonna go too crazy. It would be nice to have a designer to do these types of things, right? You didn't give anyone dislikes. If you refresh, that's just, yeah, it is a bug, but you didn't give anyone dislikes. That's just a UI that updated. You didn't actually dislike. If you refresh the page, you will notice that you haven't done that. All right, where's this time? Am I looking at the right thing? No, I'm not looking at the right thing. Meetup form. Event header, yeah. Okay, so this thing, right? Yeah, I see. I see. Okay. So let's just do tiny things here. Like, yeah, we're missing. Let's actually go and organize a meetup again. Let's say here, this is a new. Let's actually mimic one. Let's just say Vele International. This is the random shit I found on the landing page, right? So let's do that. What we are about. Let's try to mimic exactly what already exists somewhere on the internet. So no, that's the short summary. So let's add a description. I'll just leave it untouched. I just want it to be real. Country, Denmark, I guess. Tags, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Should be at least 25 characters. That we will have to rethink at one point in time. Do we want these arbitrary things? So now we've created one. Let's organize our first event. So we're gonna go to one of their events. Board games evening. Okay. Let's do this. Bam. Summary. I guess we can just grab this. Yeah, so 250 characters. You cannot dislike if you're not logged in. So you're absolutely right. That's a UI glitch. You cannot dislike someone without being logged in. That's impossible, right? But you're right. Yeah, that's one of the regressions with in our core library. So you're right that we have to fix that without a doubt, 100%. Okay, and then the start date has to be today's 12th. So let's say in the future. So it's upcoming event at, I don't know, 3 p.m. This native calendar kind of sucks ass at one point when I have the time. I'll actually have to find something better. And then, because yeah, this is the UX of this. This is basically the native daytime picker in the browser. So let's say from 3 to 5 p.m. on site address is
Address is this. Let's just grab this thing. URL, do they have some URL? Let's just put some random shit. Let's put this stuff in there. And let's say there's 25 spots. Create. Did we actually create? No, doesn't seem so. Crap, I shouldn't have refreshed. Did we get some 400 or something? Crap, shouldn't have. That's a little bit weird. Let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at our database, at our Postgres meetup events. Yeah, so we did it. We did in fact create it. Yeah, it has been actually created. So that's a little bit weird. So how come that we're not fetching it here? Let's go here. Vela International's events. Interesting. Okay. Event URL. Let's actually preview it like this. No, that's not what I wanted. Let's just edit row. Meetup ID 1. Give me 1 sec. What I'm actually gonna do, I'm just gonna nuke all of this crap, right? I'm gonna nuke this. Then I'm gonna go to meetups and I'm gonna nuke all of them as well. So we're gonna start fresh, right? So now we should have nothing. Meetup not found. Okay, cool. So if we go here, there's nothing, right? So let's organize our first meetup. The one and only meetup. Thank you guys for your follows. And I'll just do some dummy stuff, right? I don't want to do it with Faker, right? Because we want to test this now, kind of end to end like this. Just make sure we do all the steps and then see what it is that we. Algeria. Create. Okay, so now we have technically one meetup, right? The only and only. Yes, organize. This is Twitch stream with Alexander. Join me in writing some code and having some fun, right? Then we're gonna smack some longer description, and then let's just pick any times in the future, right? Yeah, so maybe here now we wanna say, hey, actually let's do this, right? Cool. Meetup on site, remote. Let's say it's gonna be remote. Address in the clouds. Event URL, let's say HTTPS programmer network spots 22. Okay, so let's see what happens when we do this. Create. So event is created. Event URL ID, organizer ID, meetup ID. Okay, so I think that's good. No events yet. Okay, it is here. Okay. Okay, so we'll need to fix that. Let's write these little things down, right? Notepad. When let's just write it here. When a new meetup event is created, make sure to update state so it's shown in the list. Then we have this little tragic thing here, as we can see, right? Yes, organize events. What is it? How can we make these fellas? Interesting. How can we make them? Yeah, that's a bit weird. What was it? We need to... I mean, what we could do, I suppose, right, is something like this. Let's see what's happening here in this whole thing. No, that's not what I wanted. Where was this one? Dashboard list? No, dashboard header, yeah. It's this one, right? Yeah. Okay, so cool. I see. So we have basically this part, right, which is this right part here. And then we have this bad boy here. So essentially, we're in here, right? So here we have to use a grow or something, right? Or wrap, what was it? I don't actually remember. Yeah, maybe. Flex, wrap, no wrap, maybe. I guess flex. What font am I using? I think there's a command here, font. There you go, jetbrains.com-lp-mono. That seems to be the, okay, so how do we actually, how do we ensure that these buttons are not messed up like that? So what it is that we have to do? What it is that we have to do? What it is that we have to do? My pleasure, man. My pleasure. Okay. All right. So what the hell did this do? So what if I do like max min width? Yeah, exactly, right? That kind of did it, I guess. And then here we can just say gap 4. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that works. That's good. Okay. That was one of the things that we had to fix now. All right. And then we have, yeah, this all looks very poor, so we'll need some love to it, right? Then we've created this event, right? So if we go and view it, it says attending because I'm obviously the, so yeah, we need to do a lot of work here. So the only meetup events, upcoming meetups, Twitch stream with Alex. Okay, I mean, I like it. I think it's going to be awesome. Yeah, I think it's going to be amazing.
I think it's going to be badass eventually in a couple of streams when we put in a bit more time. I think it should be awesome. Okay, so this is what is this? Where is this? Can I globally find this like easily? Yeah, I can. Okay, so it's here. Cool. Okay, so Twitch stream with Alexander. Twitch stream with Alexander. Maybe text primary as well. Yeah. That's, or maybe semi-bold. I'm not actually sure. Give me 2 seconds. Let's check my phone. 1 moment. Oh, okay, cool. So that's good actually. Previous events, none. Yeah, this looks really bad. So where's this upcoming events? Upcoming events. Yeah. Just zoom in so we can see a bit better. Yeah, so we'll need to put in some work for sure. This doesn't look very good, does it? Event header will still need to play with this a bit. So yeah, is this the one? No, this is the one. Okay. So yeah, maybe we should, just as these guys, have some sort of a sidebar and stuff. I was playing with that, but I just couldn't make it actually look decent, right? Because you see, there's just bunch of just empty boxes all over the place. So let's actually keep it the way that I want it. I think it's better than theirs, in my opinion. And then I'll try some border stuff here. So let's just see border 2, border text primary 20, px4, no, p4. Maybe it would be nice if this whole thing was kind of wrapped like that, right? So instead of just these two, that this potentially maybe was here, yeah, as some sort of a thing, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course this stuff here isn't too great, but it doesn't really matter. Give me 2 seconds. Da, 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 da. Interesting. Okay. Cool. Okay. All right. So I have this thing that evaluates if one can actually attend or is attending the event, etc., right? If it's not attending, show this, and then show the actual text, right? If it's attending, wait, let's see. So I'm not attending now. If it's not attending, show this. If it's not attending, show this, right? Otherwise, icon. So if it's not attending, show icon check, icon close. If event isn't finished, exactly. And that's a bit weird though, but where are the other buttons? Location. Icon with label. Wait, I'm just getting some strange emails. What is happening? Some people are getting some errors. Let's take a look. Somebody's either. Is everything fine over here? Hopefully will be support for images within articles. Actually, yeah, I can do this. We already have this support. Images are actually already there. Hey Dirk, images are already there. I'll just add. I'll just enable the image upload button here inside of our rich text editor. Expect that sometimes tomorrow. Thanks, man. All right, cool. What's happening with the errors? Somebody's getting total 180. What is this? Somebody like, is anybody here who's watching having issues with anything? So I can see somebody's getting an error out there. Are you logged in? I couldn't upvote. What are you trying to upvote? Let me help you. Because if you found a bug, let's fix it. I'm just unsure how somebody's having this. Somebody's I mean, this is a lot of errors, right? I mean, you cannot upvote if you're not logged in, right? Of course. I mean, you can attempt that. That's a UI glitch that we'll fix. But how can you upvote something? How can you upvote something if you're not logged in, right? But yeah, UI shouldn't be showing you that. No, I don't think the last one happened 3 minutes ago. First, yeah, exactly. So it's almost like somebody's attempting to do something that, yeah, feels weird. I mean, it cannot be anonymous, right? Because that would have make no sense. But maybe it's that. Wait, let me log out and try to upvote myself, because let's see if we will even try to hit the endpoint, right? But I don't think it's that, no. Yeah, exactly. So there's no really errors. So it's not that. So it's definitely not the upvote thing. It's something else. Yeah, but if somebody is having an issue, just say it. Yeah, I'll help you. Okay, so yeah, that is not absolutely terrible. No, that is not absolutely terrible. No, definitely not. It's. I mean, again, I'm building this whole thing on my own, so there's going to be bugs here and there, without a doubt, right? That's why we're here to you guys to gain something of the stream, and I can, you can report things to me, and we fix them in most cases right away, right? Okay. Yes, exactly. So. Yes, okay, so I like it more like when it's like this. I hate this. I'm not a fan of this location thing, even though the question is, should we show the address or just a link? Yeah. Yeah, I don't like the icons though. This I do like. So notification, we need to finish our notification. Our scheduler, our event scheduler, this does work. This, you can add an event to your calendar. And as you can see, it pre-fills the all of the stuff, so that is fine. I'm just gonna yeah, I mean, man, you're not posting a very nice stuff. I don't think people like that, right? I don't think that people want to look at, dark web stuff, man. I mean, it's up to you, but I don't. If it's you that posted it, I don't think that people care about that, man. If people wanted to mess with that, they would find it themselves, right? So you probably want to remove that yourself and maybe post something more interesting, right? Nobody's gonna click on that thing. Just keep in mind, nobody's gonna read your stuff. Nobody's gonna read your that thing, right? People don't care about that sort of stuff, right? That's my advice to you. Yeah, something's wrong, right? I can see that. Yeah, now there's 780 of those, right? So that's super weird. Super weird. T.dot event listener is not. Hi there. Hi there. I mean, I'm not sure what it is, right? It's either somebody just spamming shit, right? But yeah, this is, yeah, it's something's actually, fuck, let me, I mean, let me close some of my own tabs, maybe. Yeah, but it's super weird. Vendor, event listener is not a function, change, add event listener. So yeah, I don't know if somebody's trying to do something, but yeah, you can see one IP. Let me try to ban this IP and see if it stops, right? So let me try to ban this person. Yeah, so this IP is from the US. Jacksonville Comcast. Yeah, this shit where this thing is coming from. Yeah, so weird. I'm pretty sure that I think that Golang is a beautiful language. It's one of my favorite languages. Interesting. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. But it's something strange. There's probably some loop of some sort, right, that happened to someone. Yeah, I can see that it's it's probably a cache issue. It's just what could cause this infinite loop. The only thing, yeah, there's no stack trace to this, so it's kind of a little bit difficult to debug, right? Request IP server, blah blah blah, WebKit, clients browse. So somebody from Mac OS, right? Most recent vendor. Yeah, so somebody had a caching issue when this happened. It just kind of sucks, right? Because there's so many events. This is a free plan, right, of rollbar, right? So, and they calculate, right? So yeah, this kind of shitty thing with these services, right? Because if I go now to usage, right, it's gonna be like, hey, 42%, right? Leo, my friend, what's up? So that kind of sucks, right? Alrighty, going back to this.
The issue was just yeah, there were just a bunch of errors. Somebody encountered some error, right? But I can't. All right, going back to this. Okay, so that's no longer kind of Mauser. Good. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah, exactly. So basically, what I want to do is really I want to smack this bad boy here. I have, yes. Oh, this is production, sorry. Yeah, so that's kind of what I want. And I guess, yeah, so that should be kind of it. Hey, like, yeah, but maybe we should, yeah, that kind of sucks, right? I'm not sure what do you mean, would you recommend? For what? You cannot compare these two, they're vastly different, right? I would always recommend React or anything stable over that, of course. But depends, right? Hello to you as well, man. Thanks for coming. Okay, so I'll need to kind of figure that one out a bit. This notification thing, we can probably kind of, at the very least, yeah, because we don't have that functionality implemented. So let's just comment it out. That one we can't really have. Actually, to be more precise, this one. So this works, and that's how you can attend the event. But I don't think that's clear enough. So that message we had before with this, I think was actually useful, right? So if I get over here, yeah, so something like this, right? Focus expert. I'm not sure what you're asking, man. It's unclear. Based, I'm not sure what you're saying. It's a little bit unclear, man. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna do the same here, basically, right? No, that's not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. No, actually, that is what I wanted. Okay, all cool. It's just actually now our button has an icon, right? So we can do that a little bit differently, right? We're gonna say here icon. And yeah. No, not really, no. So we're gonna do this icon. If it's not attending, use this one. Otherwise, use this one. You should take some pics, dude. That's amazing, Leo. All right. Interesting. Oh my god, I thought you no longer like me, man. I thought you no longer like me, 25 gold, man.
I saw you on Discord playing video games, caring more about that than me. Unacceptable, dude. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Playing video games, he said. You took a break from me? Nobody takes a break from me, man. I'm just kidding, man. Of course. Well, good to see you, man. Of course, dude, man. You know that I'm messing around. Good to see you, dude. What can I say? What can I say, man? I'm happy to see you. I hope everything's fine. I hope everything's fine. Do we actually have the attendees here now? Give me a second. So if I get this bad boy. Yeah, actually, so that is cool. So that's what we could kind of show here as well. We could show like who the hell is gonna attend this thing, right? Yeah, of course it's easy, especially if you know JavaScript, then you can learn it in half a day, right? Definitely it's easy. It really depends how good you understand the browser, right? If you understand it well enough, then you will learn any UI library in really 3-4 hours, right? And then, of course, to master anything takes a little time to get used to certain things and to internalize them. But yeah, you definitely can. You definitely can. I've started some YouTube course recently on React because people have asked me about it. You can actually take a look at it somewhere. Yeah, wait, let me show you. You can actually find them here. If you want. I mean, there's 5 billion of these, right? But I recorded these 2 videos 2-3 weeks ago, as you can see. So if you want to give it a shot or find any other video or just go to official documentation and read it there, right? Whatever works for you, right? This is also a great start, right? But the best start is to build things, right? So don't forget that. Just try to build. Okay, let's, yeah, okay. My pleasure, man. All right, so let's do the attendees thing, right? Because we have the attendees. So we have these members thing, right? So where's this event summary? Is this event header, event list? What is this? This is the meetup views, event header. I guess this is what we're talking about, right? Yeah, okay, beautiful. Don't I have, like, if I go to the production, for example, let's say, if I go to programmers here, is it here? No. Where was it? Courses, maybe. Let's take a look at Yale. I don't remember. Didn't I have like members or developers or nah, badge, spinner? There was an avatar thing, right? Card, image crop. Yeah, I mean, we can quickly assemble this. It doesn't really matter, but I would like to reuse something that we already have, right? Okay, so let's just come here very quickly and let's say div. And I guess here, yeah, attendees. Wow, this thing is kind of reading my mind. That's crazy. So let's go to the front end here. We're gonna have attendees, I guess, and let's just print the event actually here, just to make sure that we actually have the data, right? So yeah, we have the attendees here, and let me go to incognito and let me yeah, absolutely. I'm aware it's actually on a to-do list. It's gonna be fixed this week. I think actually maybe some, but yeah, thank you. Somebody has already mentioned it. It's gonna be fixed. It's just some of these tiny regressions that are left. The core library is now very stable, and yeah, it's just now polishing some of these details as you suggested, right? Okay, let me go to meetups and let me just try to attend this thing, right, from a different browser. So now I'm gonna go to this one. No, so now we should have one attendee in there, right? Yeah, so there is one attendee now. Idea maker, avatar, blah blah blah. Okay, cool. That is great. That's good. And what was it again? I keep forgetting when I look at it. We have attendees, and I'm just selecting very few things, am I not? Username. Yeah, I mean, that's not very cool, is it? Let's go to the API. Where's our API? Over here. So I guess get meetup event, right? Or get event, maybe. Yeah. Get events. Meetup event response schema, organizer, attendees, yeah. So let's give it here first name and last name as well, right? So let's say here first name, and let's say the same with the last name, right? Yeah. Let's see if we need to do an extra select in our Postgres query. I don't actually remember, but attendees, yeah, that's all we have to do. First name, last name. Okay, beautiful. So going back here, where is this event coming from? Over here. Events, attendees, user, first name, last name. Okay, so that is technically correct, yes. Let's just push this to production already. Let's deploy the API just with this tiny change. Nice. Okay, let's close that. Should be covered. And yeah, over here now we can design this a little bit, right? So let's say here we can say get display name. I think I have this utility, get display name or something. Yeah, string utils get display name. Okay, string. That's a static method. String utils dot get display name. Attendee, I guess, right? So it's gonna give us his full name. But man, I remember, didn't I build some feature in this network where we have, like, come on, there. Oh yeah, of course. If we go to a tag view, yeah, here it is. Okay, so that's where we have it. I remember that I wrote it at one point. Views tag view, right? So here somewhere we should have that thing. Tag header. Spinner. Tag header. Yeah, maybe inside of the tag header. Yeah, it's top authors, I suppose. Yeah, it's this. We're gonna turn this into a core component in a second, I think, probably. Yeah, you can see it. It's kind of this, yeah. And then we can improve this furthermore, but it's this thing over here in a way, right? Okay, but that's what we need. So top authors is probably a little bit of a... So let's call this members, right? or let's call this, yeah, let's call this members, programmers, or whatever, this component, right? And let's move it to, so let's do this. Let's say programmers, or how should we call this? Let's call it programmers. Programmers, crap. That's too generic. How should we call this? Okay, let's, because we can't come up with anything better, let's just not worry about it too much. So let's get over here. Yeah, exactly. Then here we're gonna say attendees, right? Event.attendees, yes. We're gonna import this now link. We're gonna import the class name. We're gonna say event attendees over here as well. And then we're gonna import an avatar as well. Did I import it from the right place? Yeah. All right, so let's see now here. If we get over here, we should see this little icon, right? Cool. And if we go over here, how do these guys do it? Okay, so they do have their names and stuff like that beneath it, right? We should probably have the same. So let's kind of get a paragraph in here, and let's take this out so we don't call it multiple times. Right? So we do something like this. And then here we're going to say const display name. And we're going to reuse that reference to that variable. And then here we're going to do the same. Cool. Now we have to make it look good actually, right? So what do we have here? Flex. So we can, let's say, flex call gap to item center justify cen, right? And that's that was a wrong place to put it, right? That was a wrong place to put it. What we really want to do, we want to smack it right here. Or I mean, even going maybe. Thank you everybody for your follows, appreciate it. So let's say div class name. And then we do this and that, right? Yeah. But why is it? Yeah, it's because it's relative, right? Oh yeah, I see what we're doing here. So if we nuke this, we don't actually then care about it. But let's see what the hell is happening with it. We should probably move this to storybook actually anyway. But either way. Oops, this is this is the problem, right? Okay, cool. No, I don't think it struggles at all. I think it's just just designing on the spot here. We should probably smack this in a storybook or something, right? But we'll anyway in a second. So let's say here border 2 border text whatever as always p4 rounded empty. We can also try that, what they did, right? So we can also say here, attendees, right? Yeah, something like that. I don't like that, like, at all. But that's what it is. No, I don't like it. But let's leave it like that for now. Interesting. Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird, I must admit. Yeah, that is not completely terrible, I guess. Alright, but we definitely need it, so there's no join me in writing some code and having some fun. I guess this is the summary, right? The event header. Yeah, it is, yeah. Okay, so we'll leave it like that for now, because I can't really think of anything better. We can leave it like that for now. Join me in writing some code and having some fun. Yeah, right. Give me 2 seconds. Let's play something else. Let's play this. Let's play Iron Maiden. Give me 1 second. I think fellas, let's maybe round it up. Need to spend some time with my wife and my kid. But before we do that, let's see if there's anybody has any questions, anything I can do to help you out. Now is the time to ask. Let's actually just switch to this thing. So if there's any questions, if there's any statements, anything that you need help with, an opinion or whatever, please ask now. Otherwise I need to run. I didn't realize I've been streaming for 3 hours. And I said to my wife I'm going to stream for like an hour or 2. Let's see if anybody has anything interesting to share. Otherwise we round it up and then we see each other another time. I did authentication myself, just using JSON Web Tokens. I didn't use anything. Dimitrich, man, thank you very much, dude. You too have a good one, man. You need to be a little bit more I'm not sure what you need to ask these questions a little bit more specific. I'm not sure what did you use for authentication, right? That's a very broad question and very unspecific. I haven't used anything. I've implemented LinkedIn and all those services using their APIs. If you mean if I have some platform to suggest to you, there are many Auth0 platforms out there, like Auth0, Propelauth and stuff. But these services are very expensive once you actually get some users in there, right? Because you have MTUs
you're basically paying for MLUs, monthly logged in users. So you would need to be you need to tell me what it is that you need, right? All right. Any other remarks? Anybody needs anything? Anything I can do or answer? Thanks a lot, man. You too. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you up another time. Okay. Peace out, everybody. Cheers.